Alright, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. I just wanted to go over just a couple of kind of like miscellaneous things. So we're essentially just going to drop here. What we got going on is a video, right, where we're going to go ahead and go over like kind of like the upcoming events that are going to be dropping, right? And we could talk about like when the characters are actually going to be dropping, like what I think is going to be actually, you know, coming out, blah, 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 blah. So the data download only has the 2 characters here. I don't think that's wholly unsurprising for kind of like New Year's like celebrations. Like, I don't know, let's go Haru data download. Let's just see the Harudagarn data download. Just quickly, as an example. Not global. Right here. Here we go. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, let's do... Let's see what the... Let's put in Glorio. Let's see what last year's look like. I know 2022 is a special year. Yeah, okay, so this is it right here. This is what we're looking for. Let me just get to the schedule. I'll pause if I can't find it quickly. I'll pause. Yeah, okay, right here. So it was just the 2 characters right there. And then, so again, 2022, remember, is like very, very special. That one has got a lot. Let's just put in, STR Kid Buu. Let's just see what 2021 looks like. So... that's not it, because that's only that. This is that. Right here. This is it. This is what we're looking for. So on this, what day is this? So this is December 27th, 2021. This is it for sure. Yeah, let me just see. Hold on. Okay, this one did have quite a few units as well. This is back when they you know, kind of did all those awakenings and EZAs for all the, like, you know, Dragon Ball Fusions units and stuff like that. Like, kind of around that time. So that actually is a pretty substantial data download right there. So we just have the 2 characters. My point is, I do think we're going to see the Gammas, the TUR Gammas EZA, and the LR version of Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo, right? Like those LR versions. My guess is, so these boys are coming out on the 28th. This is going to cover this week right here, right? Then we move down 1 week. And then in this time frame right here, this is where I think the Gammas, the TUR Gammas, will EZA. I suspect they will EZA first, but we'll see. So I think that those boys will probably come in somewhere like the 8th to the 5th. The TUR Gammas is my guess. And then I think, you know, Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan kind of in this range right here, 12th to the 15th. That's what I'm just kind of like assuming right now. Also, keep in mind that the 31st/1st will have some New Year's stuff happening as well. Not new characters, right? Because this stuff is already in the data download that we had essentially gotten, right? Because it's weird to say, but I mean, I don't really expect a data download next week. But I mean, maybe we'll say, maybe they would do like a quick turnaround and there would be one on Monday or Tuesday. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Probably right here is when we're going to see our next characters. So, these units are good, by the way. And then here, of course, are their Dokkan event teasers. You know, we have the Gohan right there, obviously Gohan and Gamma 1. And then there's Gamma 2, obviously. Gamma 2 and Orange Piccolo, the Power Awakening Piccolo. The characters look pretty good to me. I liked what I saw in terms of their numbers, their performance in game. Ultimate Gohan, in particular, I think is, like, really special. Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan is like a winning character. Like, it's just, this, in my opinion, is probably the strongest thing that either of the 2 DOKKANFEST has. I mean, there's turns where they could have huge damage numbers, although part of that is with this. But like this, like right now, just in this meta, the fact that you can use this turn 1. Right? Because HP is 58% or less. So, like, you know, instantly, think of the Great Ape Team Bardock fight, which we do in, like, long videos all the time, right? You go in, and you instantly get sealed, and, like, you know, just craziness everywhere. We could damage ourselves on the map. Go in, turn 1, Senzu Bean, heal back up, but then also cure the negative status effects, right? The seal that Tora does. And then this gives Gohan godlike damage as well. Like, it's just crazy. Like, this guy is really good. I think Gamma 1 will be able to put up very silly attack stat numbers. And Gamma 2 seemed a little like Gamma 2, like he seems like he sucks turn 1. Turn 1 he's not good. But then turn 2 he could be interesting, and so could Piccolo. Piccolo is it's if he's specifically in slot 2, he is a god, right? We had Piccolo tank fully built up Goku Black. Like just fully built up Goku Black. Piccolo just ate that shit and he's good. Just I'm good. Double digits while, doing a billion super attacks and 2-turn support. I mean, the characters are really good. But for them to be kind of like fleshed out and filled out fully, they do need those EZAs to drop, which because of their presence on the banner, I would say they are definitely 100% EZAing. I absolutely think all 4 will EZA sometime throughout January, right? Now, Global, remember, just got kind of like their update and stuff. Oh, okay. A special reward scheduled to be added in the future, huh? Interesting. I wonder, is this for rank 2000? Is that what this is? Huh, interesting. But, yeah, so up to rank 2000, finally out on Global. I think it's foolish that this, JP had 11-day head start or whatever. Very dumb, but thank goodness Global finally has that. We also have this update, info right here. A lot of this, there's nothing really surprising, right? Update's been around on JP for a little bit. Dragonstone Navigator is going to be really good for players. We've got the extra, like a bunch of people's power levels went up because of the changing of the criteria, mostly from the stage cleared. This is where people would get most of their increased power level, right? All those red zone stage clears really are giving it extra power level and stuff, right? So there's that. Then we have this, the information on upcoming content. I just wanted to kind of like focus in on this, talk about the stuff that's in the data download. Now remember, we do still have a couple of days, and even the celebration info, I'm anticipating this will drop Sunday at 10 a.m. my time. So we're still over 48 hours away from celebration info, unfortunately. Yeah. Quite a while away. Man, every once in a while this happens where the data download happens like right before the weekend, and then because of the weekend, right? Like it's dumb. It's dumb, but it is what it is. That's why like going like a while back, I was thinking that this was originally going to be the release date of the New Year's characters, but just kind of the way that the days ended up falling in, it's the 28th when we're going to see those boys actually drop. All right, so there's that. So we have the new Dragon Ball story, which is right here. The only real difference here is that we're going to be able to get the support memory grinding it up. They combined these 2 events into one, is what they did, right? Because you used to be able to get this Gohan from this story event. This dropped the day that Dragon Ball Superhero, Dragon Ball Superhero came out in Japan. The day that came out, this event dropped. And then that's where we got that Gohan from the actual movie. And the rest of the event didn't really have too much in it, right? So they just like kind of consolidated it and just comboed them both into this Dragon Ball Super, story event right here, which, I mean, I guess, makes sense. All right, so we have that. We have a new red zone here. Against artificial life forms. So this does look intriguing to me. We only have 2 stages right now. Rildo and Baby. I mean, just think of the sheer volume of characters. Let's just go to the artificial life form category quick. Just think of the sheer volume of characters that could get stages here. Cell could get a stage. They could just generically do a Majin Buu stage, or they could get a Kid Buu stage, or a Buuhan stage, right? Bio Broly could have a stage. Android 16 could have a stage. There's actually so many Metal Cooler Core is going to get one. We know that's confirmed. Hachiak could get a stage. Super 17 could get a stage. The Gammas could get a stage, right? So this is pretty interesting. It's not... A lot of the times you look at it and it's like you could just figure out instantly. We know Cell Max is going to be there. But here, not really so much. And I do kind of like what they did, too, where nowadays they do just kind of... like, whatever the final art for the event is going to be, they just start with that, right? Back in the day, they used to hide even what the bosses would be. But, I mean, looking at this, all we know is Baby, Metal Cooler Core, and Cell Max are stages. Baby's in the data. The Metal Cooler Core and Cell Max are not. I would assume Cell Max will be the hardest fight in this event for the 50th time ever. The only problem Dokkan makes, I think, or kind of an issue here, is they do get a little samey where it's like, all right, there's a new red zone, and the last boss is Jiren. And the last boss is Dragon Ball Super Broly. And the last boss is Cell Max, right? Like, it's like, okay, like, we could, like, kind of, like, rearrange it in such a way where the final, like, Cell Max is maybe, like, the third fight, and then, I don't know, you know, Metal Cooler Core, well, Metal Cooler Core actually has been one of these final bosses before, but then, like, Baby is, like, the final boss, right? Now, for this celebration specifically, because it's superhero, I get why they did that, but you understand what I mean, right? It's like, okay, another Dragon Ball Super Broly, like, you know, they could do, at the very least, we could have some interesting different fights that aren't just, you know, Broly, Cell Max, Jiren, you know, you get it. So we got that. We can just take a glance. The stages earlier doesn't really look anything too crazy to me. Neither of these bosses have very disgusting gimmicks, right? The gimmicks is what makes these fights difficult. Locking, AoEs, sealing, stunning, dodge canceling. That's what makes fights truly terrifying. Neither of these have these. Neither of these fights have these. So it's like, you know, Baby can be hitting for 20 million. Yeah, it's very scary and it's tough for some characters, but, you know, you could pull into your bag of tricks and you'll win easily, right? It's once the bosses start taking away your options, taking away your control, it feels bad, but that's the only way these fights can actually be difficult, right? Like Goku Black, like just the chaos and the nonsense that happens, the randomness of their super attacks and everything that happens, right? Like, that's a great fight. These look like kind of like fish fights so far, with no real boss gimmicks besides just Baby gets stronger if you're using pure and hybrid Saiyan characters, and a little bit weaker if you're using an artificial lifeform character. Like, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, it is always fun that bosses, you know, for the most part, do have passives now as well, right? And I don't think there's any crazy missions here. Beat it. Clear stage 2. Battle of Fate. Not tough. That'll be very easy to do. Oh, funny enough, the best leader for Battle of Fate is actually Baby. Although, look at the structure of this fight. Goku and Frieza probably won't struggle in here. Although Goku and Frieza would buff because they're a pure Saiyan category character. But, yeah, Goku and Frieza should be effective in this fight for sure. Alright, so there's that. The Seriously Serious. So there's been a lot of talk about this. Like now, it's just... It turns into, like, a huge, like a war, and people start, like, arguing and yelling at each other and stuff. Listen, right now, we don't know what's going to happen with, like, Dokkan Day. This event is ending, which, actually, let me go back to that notice in the news right here. Right here. Stage 9 will soon be available. A unique title can be obtained by clearing all the stages. The event is done. So, at the Dokkan Day... whatever the exact wording was, like, it was heavily implied to be a 10th year thing. Now, I do think, let's say they intended it to just be for this year, and their original plan was to get rid of it at the end of this year, right? Even if they do that, I do think people would be so annoyed by that they would eventually bring it back. Right, Dokkan is proving time and time again right now that they are really actively taking feedback from players, from surveys and stuff. They're implementing into the game. The game is 1,000 times better now. I mean, all of these updates are actually seemingly so good, right? Like, I think the Rank 2000 update was good. The power level on the display is a little ugly. They could always adjust that pretty easily to make it look quite not as ugly, right? The reverse remove feature made the game way better for players. And we have the friend system update coming. Like, they're killing it with updates, game updates to make the game better, besides just how good is this character, how good is that character shit. Like, right? Not that, but the game itself better, which is really good. I think even if they do get rid of this, I do think they would bring it back. And especially if people are very vocal about them wanting it back. So, like, regardless of what, like, ends up happening or anything, I mean, if it does get taken away, just simply on the survey say, we need this back. We need this back. We need this it needs to be permanent. Right? That's it. That's it. I do think it will come back if they do take it away. So, this Cell Max fight doesn't really seem too crazy. I mean, he does have potentially an AoE super attack, though. AoE supers are always pretty nasty if we have to deal with that. So that's a possibility. Really thinking about it, probably the best way to go about doing this, because there's going to be a full AGL mission, right? Might be 10th anniversary Gogeta, you know, pure Saiyan successor fuse fighter team. That would be the best way to go about it. You'd have Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I mean, he could, you know, nullify and counter that, so that would be good. So Cell Max is the final stage in here. A little sad, but it's true. I did enjoy that event quite a bit. There is a Super Battle Road stage also. This is against Fuse Fighters. I mean, we could see who the enemies are. I don't know, like, maybe, but let's make some guesses. I guess Janemba, Buhan, Fusion Zamasu. Oh, no, okay, so it's the... Oh, because Android 13, okay. So, the, you know, Spirit Bomb absorbed. Then, I guess they're counting because of Super 17. This is Super 17. Yeah, these are the fighters that fight Super 17. And then this is Fusion Zamasu. Okay. So it's, yeah, okay, I get it. So this is, the first fight is for Fusion Android 13, the second fight's for Super 17, and the third fight is for Fusion Zamasu. Sword of Hope Trunks, huh? Okay. Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta. That's interesting. Okay. Fuse Fighters only. So keep in mind, Carnival Gogeta, many of these bosses are Ki Blast Supers in here. Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he'll be able to counter all characters except this Super Saiyan Goku and this Super Saiyan Trunks, the Sword of Hope Trunks. So that'll be good for Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then Battlefield is going to be out as well, which is great because your boy needs more currency to be able to Rainbow LR Super Garlic Jr. the GOAT, right? So there we go, guys. There is everything, and again, here's where they talked about getting rid of those events, right? But I think the New Year's celebration will be pretty good. And keep in mind, we are also going to see what's going on. Oh, there is the other event I could pull up here too. But we are also going to get some New Year's stuff on the 31st. Yeah, I think it's a limited event. No, it's a bonus event is what it is. It's a bonus event. This right here. Where we fight either Supreme Kai or Beerus right here. And this is where we get the Year of the Horse, kind of like Horseman right there, right? King Cress. This is from Filler, OG Dragon Ball. This is right after the Fortune Teller Baba arc, right after that, and then before the 22nd World Tournament, which is where Goku fights Tien. There's a little filler episode where Goku goes to the demon realm. Now, this is obviously before, you know, Daima and Dabura and all that shit. This is just filler created by Toei, not like, you know, like Toriyama in his pen type shit. But the character, the demon from this episode, is actually a Red Zone boss already, and he's in quest mode as well. Right here, this guy, Shula or Shura, whatever. But this guy, and I remember I'm pissed because the battlefield, they didn't actually put his battlefield in there, which annoyed the shit out of me. Right? Like if we just put it in, let's see. Does my video, is it listed as Shura or Shula? Red Zone. Let's see if it's Shura. Yeah, it is right there. No, I've got it as Shula. I do. Yeah, Shula. The Japanese LR shit, man. But here, this fight that we're in right here, this is the pirate robot cave, right? Like this is, or I guess more specifically, this is where General Blue, Krillin, Bulma, and Goku kind of end up in like their little bit of a fight. This is like a little cave where they had discovered the pirate's treasure was, and that's where they have them fighting right here. This is not where Goku battles them, though, which is very, very annoying. So, all right, guys, there we go. There is everything. Right, we'll see exactly what this event is, by the way. This Divine Dilemma 2 Gods, like what exactly it's, you know, going to be all about, right? So, let me know what you guys think about everything coming. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.